what's up? We're back with another video. This time I don't have the cover on because I wanted to see how it sounded without it for experimentation. Because I don't know if this makes it more clear or whatnot. But yeah, also I think without it, it picks up the mouth sounds a lot more. Hold on. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. I guess I gotta be, it's like clear, crispier, but I would have to be more gentle with my breath on the mic because it's more sensitive. But I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are living life, enjoying it to the best you can. I just saw 111 on the timer. Because I am, even though events happened that make it seem like everything could just go wrong and south, but nope. It's all about the energy. It's all about the energy you carry and exude and embrace. Before I get into what I want to talk about, I want to explain a little bit of the weather because I always do that. It's not too hot, it's humid. Humid, really humid, because it stormed yesterday. It's been storming a lot here in the VA. And they're bad storms too. They're like severe thunderstorms. But nobody's house is getting broken up. I mean, there was a lot of trees on the road. And leaves and stuff. The power went out a couple times, but not for a long time. It just flickered every now and then, but yeah. I wanted to talk about in this video about how we can't control anything at all except for the actions we take and what we do, because at times there are moments in this human life where we don't want to feel some sort of way and we want to control how we feel, but we can't. The best we can do is be in alignment with what's true with us and hope for the best and allow the positive vibrations to flow within us as we choose that path of truth, our truth. So don't get caught up on how you're feeling. And if you're feeling down right now, I'm sorry, you know. I've been through rough times and I've been in places where I feel really, really down, and it's not pleasant. It's not pleasant at all. But it's part of the experience. And also another thing that's part of the experience is letting go of that of which we can't control, because the mind is always trying to control something about its life. That could be anything from who's in their life, how you feel, what you do. But in truth, the only thing you can't control is what you do, because feelings will come and go. With feelings, you have to detach from them, but be aware of them. But don't just allow them to be there. Feel them as they're there, but let them go as they pass, instead of clinging on to it. So you can allow new energy, new feelings to flow in. But it sort of comes with a balance. I feel like this audio is a little bit too crisp right now. It's like, I don't know, when I'm saying like some words, it's a little bit too crisp. Anyways, everything requires balance, and that also goes hand in hand with feeling and doing. That balance of feeling and doing. We can't control how we feel, so we have to let go of the feelings, detach from them, let them be in the moment. And an example of this would be maybe not feeling like doing something, but you have to do it anyways. You have to rough it out, kind of be the ram, and just go for it and do it. Now, when it comes to living the truest you can to yourself, and that authenticity, you have to find what truly brings the most positive vibrations into your being. What action brings the highest of vibrations into your being. It allows you to feel the highest of vibrations within you, and stick to it, and do that of which that makes you feel that way, because that is the truest and most authentic path that you can choose. It's the path that makes you feel free, it makes you feel abundant, it makes you feel like you're one. In truth, we're always one. One consciousness within an infinite amount of beings and vessels. But what I was talking about with the balance, you gotta feel and do. Feel what is truest to you, most authentic to you, what brings the highest vibrations to you, and do it. And your life will start to become balanced. Your internal world will start to become healthy, and in turn, it will reflect in the external world, in the physical world. Well, rather, I should say external world, because the physical and spiritual world, and then the internal and external world, it's all just a bunch of duality. It confuses the mind. That's why you have to be very specific and effective with your words, because words can be confusing at times. Sometimes the path that is truest to us and most authentic to us it brings challenges, because in order to live that path permanently in union with yourself, you have to grow and go through stuff that you wouldn't think you would have to go through, because more than likely the path of authenticity, the path that is truest to you, truest to yourself, will be triggering to you. Well, to the mind, to your wounds, to your being. And you're gonna have to face those triggers head on with yourself. And once you get past those triggers and you realize those triggers don't need to be attached to, because everything has a is when it comes to triggers and feelings and thoughts and emotions. You don't. You don't attach to it. You are aware of it, but you choose to have no reaction to that of which is triggering you because you're aware of it. And that is power right there, because with silence and nothingness comes power. Those that choose to do nothing when it comes to the internal world will realize that we have always been free from everything because of that consciousness that we are. That consciousness that is aware of all that exists. And I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about the internal world and the external world and the spiritual. Even though we can't see it with our own eyes, it is felt. And you can trust in the spiritual. I trust in the spiritual more than the physical. I trust in the universal plan, the divine plan. I trust in the divine timing. And with that trusting in the unknown, in the divine, in the universe, whatever you want to call it, in the moment comes that, I wouldn't say enlightenment, but close to it, because enlightenment is nothingness. But in this physical plane, in truth, there is no nothingness, because there will always be that constant flow of energy, whether it be internally or externally. But whether you're aware of it or not, you can choose to sit in that moment, in that present moment, in that nothingness, in that consciousness, aware of everything, choosing consciously what you do based on how you feel. And that is the balance that I've been talking about in this video this entire time, is that balance. Feeling, doing. Realizing what feels best for you, truest to you, authentic to you, and then taking action towards it. And you can tell, if you're conscious, whether or not something is true to you or authentic to you based on how it makes you feel. Because the truest to self that you live to, I just saw 1414 on the timer, the more light you will feel. And the lighter you feel, the more positive, higher vibrations and feelings and emotions you will feel in the moments that you live. And it's quite amazing how the universe works with balance, you know? Finding balance within yourself and then coming into the union, the divine union, the permanent union with yourself. Because you are the divine, you are the universe. And then you will have access to infinite energies, infinite planes of existence, infinite consciousness. Now I'm kind of just enjoying this moment now. Because as we breathe deeply, with purpose, with intention, as our body is always doing, we are in the moment. Though, the only moments we're not in the moment is when we attach to the internal world. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. But yeah, I believe that's all that wanted to come through with feeling and doing. It's just all about finding the balance, finding what's true to you and authentic to you and sticking to it. But when you find that true path, that authentic path, don't add it to yourself. Because adding stuff to yourself will only add to the identity, to the ego. And it will only make the internal world more cluttered, more chaotic. Because that sense of self will always just keep going about that of which you're attaching to. Living in detachment is the only way to be. The only way. Some aren't meant. Some aren't meant to understand this stuff, but I hope that I can help some people understand that of which I am speaking of and channeling. Because it's important. I'm sorry. Kind of breathed a little bit too hard on that. It's important to I lost it. See, that's what happens when I get out of the moment. When I'm channeling. When I'm speaking in flow. You lose the energy that was there, that you were channeling, but it will come back. Back in the moment. I'm excited for the future of this channel, though. Not that I have any expectations or anything, but, it just... It feels protected. It feels guided. It feels like it's meant to be. See a butterfly going around right there. It's a nice butterfly. It's black. Look, you can see it right there. It flew past. That's amazing. Anyways, I always get, a little bit not upset, but it's like when I am here in this space with you, I am talking to you. And it doesn't matter when or where, because energy is bound to nothing. It's timeless. So whenever you watch this video, you will feel the energy in the video, and you will also hear the message. As powerful and important as it was transmitted and channeled, has the same potency as when it was channeled in this moment, like now, but this moment is in the past, but this video is still a creation, and you're part of the process because you're here watching what we have created here. It's amazing. Anyways, I wanted to also thank the people, whether through Snapchat or Instagram or YouTube, for the support with not only the channel but also the accent that I went through, because I processed it, and I learned not to really take stuff too seriously after that accident. With living in fear and stuff. Mostly not that I live in fear. Always, there's always going to be some sort of fear that will be within the mind, but it's up to you whether you attach to it and let go of it. I saw 2, 2, 2, 2 on the timer, so 22, 22. But, I've not always really been scared of, I've never really been scared of death, but in that moment, I thought my physical body was gonna die, but that wasn't the fear of my being, because your being, your soul, does not fear. It's universal, eternal, infinite love and high vibrations. That's what the soul is. That's what that consciousness is. But I was aware of my mind, my body, when it experienced that moment. But it was definitely an experience, because I experienced that amount of fear and shock, and it just really made me realize that you could die, you could leave this planet, your physical body could die whenever, wherever, it doesn't matter when. I could have died that day, and it just shows that really anything is timeless and bound to nothing. Because of that, my ego has died before, and it's almost non-existent. It's only there to serve humanity, but protect myself. It's a blend. It's a nice balance of selfishness and selflessness. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't not check your ego whenever it's, going off the rails. You always gotta check your ego so you don't get caught up with it. Start to give in to its illusions. We went from feeling and doing to flowing with whatever I was meant to speak about, and it's beautiful. I'm sorry about that. Loud truck, live in the country, so if anybody was sleeping to this, I'm actually sorry if that woke you up. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave the video here. But what I was gonna say before I was going to end the video, probably like 8 minutes ago maybe, was that it's like leaving a good friend, a longtime friend. When I stop recording, it's like you miss it right after you're done with it, you know? Because I feel as if I could just infinitely do based upon how true and authentic and free I feel. But there's always moments for more of what I do. Infinite amount of moments for what I do. So you don't rush yourself. You just, wow, look, there's another butterfly right there. Yellow, black, flying away. Yeah, I lost it again. There's another butterfly right there. There's so many butterflies right now. I saw at least 4, 3. Alright, I need to stop prolonging this little outro that I keep doing. Anyways, I love you. Stay safe. Stay present.